think the legal fraternity will be benefiting significantly from all the graduates, the bright minds coming out of your university. And I wish all of you the very best. Of course, today is an important day. We are on the 9th of August. The Quit India movement was launched on 9th of August. And it led to our country becoming independent. This year we celebrate 75 years of independence. I wish all of you the very best in the efforts that we will all be putting in as we work towards making India a prosperous country by 2047, when we'll be celebrating 100 years of independence. The Amrit Kal, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has called it. One of the famous and very well-renowned lawyers and Justice of the United States had once famously said, and I quote, "I am a strong believer in listening and learning from others," unquote. I hope today I can listen and learn from all of you rather than give you a long-winded speech. And therefore, I will restrict myself only to a few points. Of course, you all are in Kolkata, one of the most charming cities of the country. I would have loved to be in Kolkata to be with all of you, but I did not know when we first set up this interaction that Parliament would get adjourned yesterday. We were expecting it to get adjourned on the 12th. And therefore, I've missed out meeting all of you in person and visiting your lovely city of joy, as they call it. But maybe another time. It's often said the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Ordinary, extraordinary. It's a very little extra. But it makes all the difference. And I think it's ordinary people who give extraordinary results. It's ordinary people who, with the collective wisdom or group dynamics, who can actually impact our future significantly. And I have no doubt in my mind that each one of you will be doing some very extraordinary work in your lives. I hope to see some of you as prominent lawyers, judges, and helping save the very important role that the judiciary is playing in this country, helping strengthen that, helping make that more robust and truly save the people of India from any injustice that is done to them. The NUJS has a wonderful motto. It translates to reasonless thoughts are the cause of destroying religion. I think that's a very unique motto to have. But very, very telling. It's quite thought-provoking. Reasonless thoughts are the cause of destroying religions. It does set one's mind to think of where the country is headed and whether it is not our collective duty, all of us, to protect and save the country's history, the country's culture, heritage, the diversity of religions that we have, the coexistence of all religions in India. And towards that end, I think social development of this country will depend a lot on how much we are able to preserve our culture, our traditions, the rich heritage that we have inherited. I'm told you are one of the first universities to launch the BA LLB honors course, and in some sense have been the pride of India, often called the Columbia of the East. One of the general counsels at Tata Sons, Siddharth Sharma, was an illustrious alumni. Amit Mishra and other such alumni from NUJS are today making this country proud. I would like to compliment all the faculty members of NUJS for nurturing such wonderful talent. Bill Gates had once said, and I quote, "As we look ahead into this century, leaders will be those who empower others." I was very delighted to know about your Buddy Mentor initiative, where the 4th and 5th year students mentor newcomers. It's quite unique because we always heard of newcomers being ragged by second year or by the final year students. But this is indeed a unique initiative and must be quite empowering for the new children when the seniors are hand-holding them, particularly in the initial uncertain days when they would just join the university. I'm told you have a very famous canteen called Little Sisters. And your festival, Outlawed. I wonder who thought of that name. Must be a happily married person, I believe. But I think these are the things you cherish for a lifetime. As I'm speaking to you, I'm reminded of my own canteen, of my law college. I'm an alumni of Government Law College from Mumbai. Of course, I think it must be quite an ancient time, 35 years ago, when I completed my law. And of course, I never practiced law. I did it more because I enjoyed learning that subject. It has held me in good stead. It has helped me a lot in my business life, in my investment banking life, and now in my work as a minister. But as I speak to you, I'm remembering we had a very small canteen. Your canteen is called Little Sisters, but my canteen itself was very little. It hardly had, I think, 2 or 3 tables. But I have some fond memories singing what many of you may not know, but Professor Nirmal Kanti may be able to relate to the old Devanand songs of yore from our times.
Yes.
There's a very famous series called Suits about lawyers, the legal profession. And one of the characters in that, Harvey Specter, says, and I quote, "That's the difference between you and me. You want to lose small, and I want to win big." It's a very, very interesting concept. And I'm sure each one of you may want to think about what is your ambition in life? Where do you see yourself 10 years, 20 years down the road? How big can your ambition be? How bold can you be when you look at your future, when you plan your career? And I think it's important that each one of us thinks big, bold, and beautiful. That's the way to go. That's the need of the hour. We need to really have high ambitions as a nation. And a nation is all of us. Each one of us will have to have very high goals, very high ambitions. We'll have to think big. We'll have to plan big. We'll have to act big. We'll have to be bold, because the winners are only those who are willing to dream big and bold. And we have to, all of us collectively, look at the next 25 years, the Amrit Kal, as Prime Minister Modi has articulated, as an opportunity for our beautiful country to become a superpower, to become a world power, to bring prosperity to every single individual in our country. Many countries in the world are going through very troubled times. We have barely come out of COVID. The geopolitical situation around the world is not very exciting. But India is marching ahead very boldly. We are working towards an Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India, hoping to unleash the true potential and capacity that 135 crore Indians have within us. Today, the world looks upon India as a trusted partner, as somebody whose people they want to work with. I am sure in the legal profession also, the opportunities for engagement both within the country and internationally are huge. Our technology, our talent, our temperament brings hope to the world. Today, India is increasingly becoming the investment destination of the world. For the last 7-8 years, every year we've had a record foreign direct investment flowing into India. Our startups make us proud. More than 108, 110 unicorns today. High values, lots of jobs being created, the mindset changing from job seeker to job creator. Last year we created history when we crossed $420 billion in merchandise exports and $254 billion in service exports. Collectively valued, our exports were valued at 50 lakh crore rupees. We have to do better. This is just the beginning. And when we look at the international engagement, lawyers will be playing an increasingly important role, because the rules of trade, areas of engagement, or at times disagreement, all of them will require active involvement of the legal fraternity. As we speak, we are working towards very ambitious goals, both for the economy and for India's exports. And I'm very confident that India at 100, given the transformational reform journey that is currently underway under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, will take India to much, much greater heights during this Amrit Kal. As Prime Minister Modi said, only governments and government initiatives will not make a new India. Change will be by each and every citizen of India. Towards that, may I make an appeal, a call to action to all my friend NUJS to become a part of India's growth story. I have 3 humble suggestions for all of you friends. 1, make service and sacrifice a defining feature of your work. Seva or Samarpan. Some part of each one of us should be dedicated to society, to the less privileged sections of society, to those who did not get the benefit that each one of you has of high quality education, a good life. After all, maybe your family, somebody 1, 2, 3 generations before might have boarded a train and come towards a city or got some opportunities in life because of which you and I are where we are. But there are millions who are still yearning for this opportunity, who have not yet boarded the train of progress and prosperity. Can each one of us pledge to give back to society, to contribute? Maybe as lawyers, you could provide some free legal aid to the less privileged. Maybe as judges, you could see how you could dispense justice faster to the less privileged small people. The person at the bottom of the pyramid who deserves timely justice, who deserves that any wrongdoing done on him, serious and severe action is taken. Maybe one could start small. One could think of helping one underprivileged or some person or somebody who cannot afford high quality legal aid. Just help one person in a week or a fortnight. Start as small as that and see the joy it will give you. See the satisfaction it will give you. You can help maybe some farmer, some jute grower, some labor, anybody. Could be a small shopkeeper, or it could be somebody who's suffered at the hands of any of the underworld or mafia elements. As Professor Dr. Abdul Kalam, former President of India, had said, the great challenge of transforming India can be achieved through youth, which has got the power of ideas, ambition, and ability. And therefore, Seva or Samarpan can truly help us be better citizens of India. Second, can you study and provide feedback to the government, to me personally if you can, of all the legal provisions, laws, procedures, processes that a common man has to face in his daily life. Prime Minister Modi is very keen to focus on ease of living. Common man cannot know this labyrinth of laws and legal jurisprudence and all the problems of very difficult legal obligations. Can you help me simplify the laws of the land? We are working with all the different departments of the government and the state governments to reduce the compliance burden on the common citizen or small businesses, to reduce sections or laws which have become redundant or where criminal action is called for, even though it may not be justified. We are trying to simplify and ease the laws. Can you and maybe NUJS help me studying the various laws, those which impact the common man, those which impact business also, and help us with your ideas of what can be decriminalized, how we can simplify laws, what laws can even be eliminated. So what processes can be simplified so that the common man finds it easier to comply with the law. You could even think of going to some villages or some slums or some small industrial estate. Talk to the common man. Get feedback from them and give us your ideas or your notes. Finally, the third idea or call to action, explore and celebrate India's true heritage and history. While legal studies and legal work you will certainly do, But don't be a unidimensional person. Be multidimensional. Study our rich heritage, our rich culture, our rich traditions, the purpose behind each, the why, where, who behind India's history. And I think as we celebrate 75 years of independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, what better program and what easier program than Har Ghar Tiranga to begin with. So that over the next few days, we encourage everybody we know, students, class fellows, teachers, employees of NJUS, neighbors, friends, family, relatives, encourage everybody to align with this huge mission of having the national tricolor, the national flag, atop every home in this country. Imagine what a proud moment for all of us. 75 years of independence being celebrated by 135 crore Indians, with crores of tricolors fluttering across the length and breadth of the country, atop hills, in slums, in villages, in colleges, in streets, outside every home, every campus, in your hostel, maybe outside every room. Let this be a day of national pride. I think many of you might have heard that in many countries, let's say America, for example, US, if you're sitting at the airport and a military person walks past you, everybody around there stands up and gives a ovation, a salute, a recognition of their armed personnel who may just be walking past to catch the next flight. That's the national spirit, the feeling of pride in our country. And this will show the world what the united strength of India is, what we as a nation stand for, what we believe in, what we hope to achieve, what we can achieve. Friends, India is ready to take giant leaps to transform the nation and changing the lives of 135 crore people. In this endeavor, we need lawyers who can think and pursue grand visions. Going forward, you will come across two choices in life. One will always be the easy way, the other, the difficult. The easy choice, just pursue a job, have a routine life, very easy. The hard choice, be ambitious, achieve extraordinary results. Look at your prosperity, but also the prosperity of our nation. Give back to society, serve the others, impact the lives of people around us. In fact, have a lasting impact on society, on our nation. In the words of the founding fathers, the person who wrote the Indian Constitution, Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, Bharat Ratna Dr. Ambedkar, be educated, be organized, and be agitated. Agitated for better, not for worse. I'm not at all recommending, since you are in Kolkata, to start doing an agitation. Be agitated, be passionate, be desirous of extraordinary outcomes. Friends, if you want to find the right road, be willing to try new things. Don't be afraid to change the direction along the way because newer doors will open as you move forward. God bless all of you. My best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful speech to our students.
Can I take your leave?
Students, do you have any questions to or observations?
2 minutes. I have an urgent call. Just give me 2 minutes.